don't get no better than that.
What's going on? What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, slap that subscribe button and stay up to date on all the cool stuff coming up. We got the dedicated drag car, the 74 Plymouth Duster, and we got our daily driver 91 Fox Body. Today, I can't really do a whole lot. There's a lot that needs to be done with the car. I've kind of, I made a whole bunch of videos when I first started this channel about a month ago. Made like 10 or 11, and I put them on there. Well, then I had a work incident, and actually I just had surgery last Friday. Well, today's Sunday, so not last Friday, the Friday before that. But had shoulder surgery. Today is really my second day out of a sling, and I can't do much with it. So not really going to work today on the car. I really need to. There's a lot that needs to be done with it, but yeah, kind of have to wait till I heal. But in the meantime, we'll go over everything that's wrong with this car that we plan to fix, at least right here on this channel, coming up real soon. First thing, you guessed it, eBay seats. Just don't do it. Don't do it. If you want seats, go get some Recaros, some Sparcos, something. Not eBay's. They suck. The side bolstering is way too much on them, and it sucks for a daily driver. Not only that, but naturally they have such an angle leaning back in the bottom that my knees come up so high. It's just ridiculous. Now, I could make spacers and space out the back, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to. I'm just going to order some like Caribous or however you say it. I don't know how you say that. But I'm ordering some new seats for it really soon. All right. Another thing, while we're in the interior, is this headliner. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but I was going to clean it. But yeah, I'm just not going to. I'm just going to replace it. It needs to be black anyway. If you got black interior, you need a black headliner. So moving on. All right, so staying with the theme of the interior, we'll keep moving on, is the heater control bezel. I think the last Mustang I had like clips in there, and then like you popped it in. I can't really remember, I've had 3 of these cars, but I don't remember how they stayed up there. This one is somebody 3M, and it doesn't really hold. So we need to, do a lot of work on the interior. Like this sill panel down there, it's just missing a clip. I'll put another screw in there. It's not a big deal. All right, another thing, guys, do not get Walmart speakers like the Scotia brand if you want good audio quality. I don't know who put that in there, but yeah, some of this car is done extremely well. Like as far as like the suspension, everything that needs to be good is good. The only thing that really we need to put on here is some control arms on the rear, and there's not much more you can do to the rear end, the rear suspension of this car, other than ladder bar or put in an aftermarket 4-link. So, but there's other parts like the interior that they really cheaped out on. I'm kind of upset about that, but hey, we ain't had it long. We're gonna fix it soon. And guys, do not, please, for the love of God, dye carpet. Right? You're gonna do it. It's gonna look really good, and you're gonna be super happy because you spent $40 and you dye your carpet, and then boom, right? Your carpet's, most of the time, it's black. Now, I'll show you the problem with that. Is if you look down here, over time it fades and it starts to look really bad. Just do your carpet's like $120. You gotta pull it out to dye it anyway. Well, you should pull it out. Just buy yourself a new car. It doesn't matter what it's in. A carpet for my Silverado. It's a 4-door Silverado, right? and it's like $190. If you got a Suburban, you need the back carpet, it's like $240. Carpet is cheap. It's easily one of the best things to update your interior to make it look a lot better. So just go with it. Just buy yourself new carpet instead of the 40 bucks it's going to take you to use 6 cans to dye this interior. Now, another little things. Now this is nitpicky. It's this right here used to have tape on it. That was for the boost controller that they used to have, and then, you know, a hole in gas for the tack. Not a big deal. You know, we'll fix it up. I'm probably gonna put another tack up there anyway. I really don't want to, but on these stock Fox bodies, the rev limit, I know for a fact, is set at $6,000 on the stock ECU. It's got a 1/4 horse in it. It's actually still tuned for the turbo kit that used to be on the car with 7 or 80 pound injectors, and then now we got the 19 pounds. So I mean, it's dog rich. So the car really doesn't run that well. I mean, it runs very strong for what it is, but it could run a lot better if I leaned it out. So yeah, it's set at $6,000, and on the tack here, by the time I hit about 52 to 5400 on the factory tack, I'm already on the rev limiter. You know, the engine wow, I can't talk. The engine revs way faster than what this tack will read. All right, so that's pretty much it for the interior. You know, the back seat's super clean. You know, overall, minus like the paint and body of, you know, the fit and finish of this car, it's one of the nicest Fox bodies that I've ever owned, let alone ever seen, right? So once we get the car painted, we put some control arms on the back, put some wheels on it, it'll be almost perfect, right? All right, so we'll move on to the outside. I'm not really going to talk about paint and body because, hey, we're about to paint this car. You know, that's just going to happen whenever you buy a $5,000 car that's a, you know, 91 that's steadily climbing in value. So we'll go underneath the hood. I'll show you everything that's wrong there, and then we'll get going. All right, so now we're underneath the hood, and we're going to talk about what's wrong underneath the hood, right? First things first, it's got a small block Ford in it. No, seriously, I've never really dealt that much with small block Fords. A lot of people love them, live by them. If I had it my way, honestly, I'd probably throw a conventional headed small block Chevy in here, but let me know what you think. I actually got a 350 sitting in Tennessee where, you know, the race car's at. So if I go down there and get it, I might just get the 350 and put it in here. Yeah, I mean, it'll go up 150 horsepower just by doing that. All right. But as far as what it has right now, it's got shorty headers, and I hate that. That is the worst, right? So we're gonna have to get a set of long tubes. We're gonna have to put them on there. I mean, besides like the massive amounts of wiring and vacuum lines and just looks like ass, there's not really too much wrong. If you did watch the video, you'll where it says I blew up the Mustang, you know, the cam went down. I replaced the lifter. The cam is still the one that's kind of chewed up. The only thing I've done is change the oil, but I mean, it runs fine right now, right? But we obviously know we have a hurt lobe. So I actually have an F303 cam that I might put in, but we're gonna wait on that. I'm probably gonna order another E303, or, you know, maybe like a Trickflow Stage 1. I think it's like a 510 lift that we'll throw in it in the meantime, if I decide to stay with a small block Ford. All right. I think that's basically it. All right, so moving on. Another thing that's wrong, if y'all remember the video where we did the hood, this is why you test fit your parts, right? So the hood looks decent, right? But one thing I didn't notice was, I don't know if you can see this, sorry, it's super bright outside. So right there we got chip where it's actually coming through and all that. It hits, and it's as far forward on this side as I could possibly make it. So we're gonna have to get like a carbide bit and a Dremel and trim that down, and probably primer it like the rest of the car is, for when we paint it. But I mean, that's basically it. There's most of the things that's wrong with this car would be the interior, right? The exterior, I mean, it's, besides it being black primer, looks decent. The 10 holes, Jesus, that's one thing I forgot to mention. 10 hole wheels. Yeah, we're gonna have to order some wheels soon. Save up a little bit of money for that, and then we'll get some. But I mean, I don't want to make this video stupid long about me rambling about, you know, this Mustang. I just wanted to give you an update of sorts of where we're at and all that. As soon as I'm able to, like I said, I just had shoulder surgery. That sucks. So as soon as I'm able to, we'll get to working more on the car. I was gonna take it out and drive it today, but the valve cover gasket decided it was gonna, I guess, split. So it's pouring oil all over the header. It's fun times. But one of these days when I'm feeling like I'm able to, without obviously hurting myself, we'll get out there, we'll fix that. I got another set laying around there somewhere. And, you know, we'll go out and enjoy this car some more. But in the meantime, y'all stay good, and I'll see you in the next one.